Welcome back to Blast Guys Reviews. In this review, we'll be taking a look at the new little subjects Best Action Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Rocksteady action figure. This is the packaging. It comes in some very nice classic looking artwork there on the side, as well as the kind of a vintage looking logo at the bottom for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Here's the side of the packaging. Has another nice artwork of a classic Rocksteady. There's the other side, just, clamshell. Top of the packaging. There's the bottom of the packaging, as well as the UPC. There's the back of the packaging. Again, it's another company that claims to do best features, best articulation, best assortment. I don't think any company, in my opinion, can say that. There's always issues. And I'm not saying these are bad figures, but you can't, making a claim that you're the best of all three companies. I don't think anybody is the best, in my opinion, but I digress. These figures have 31 points of articulation. If you don't know anything about Rocksteady, which most people do, but Rocksteady was originally a human gangster that was employed by Shredder. After his failing to stop the Turtles, the Shredder developed a plan to mutate members of his street gang. Rocksteady's DNA was mutated with a rhinoceros, and he became a half-human, half-rhinoceros supervillain for Shredder. What's really cool about this figure, he comes with multiple accessories, and then you can make him his human version or his mutated version. My biggest question that we're going to find out in this video is how the head swap's going to look. Are we going to have big gaps? Is it going to come out clean? Because he's kind of on the bigger side because of the rhinoceros look. But if you tone him down a little bit to be human, I wonder how it's going to come across on both versions. So let's get into this, and we're going to find out. Okay, here's Rocksteady outside the packaging. First impressions, he seems like a solid figure. Pretty nice. Doesn't seem cheap or loose on my end here. And there's a mixed reaction from collectors for these figures. Some like them, some hate them, some say they're okay. Trying to fill like a little niche for me. I want a 1/18 scale Ninja Turtle line. This is the closest we're going to get to this point. We've never had a 1/18 scale turtle. Hopefully one day we will. And hopefully a company that does great figures like Boss Fight Studios or Joy Toy or something like that gets a hold of the license to do that. He seems to stand pretty well, even though I dropped him. He got some big feet, so shouldn't be an issue. Let's take a look at his sculpt. His head sculpt looks pretty good. We have the little lighter gray than I would probably chosen if I would have done it, but it's not a deal breaker. It's decent sculpt. We have the teeth here up over the top lip. The horns could have been a little bit bigger, maybe. Eyes are yellow, black. Ears are sculpted pretty nicely. It's a very solid piece. Don't feel like they're weak or going to break or anything or bend. There's a bandolier here across his chest. We have a grenade. That actually, believe it or not, you would think it would clash with his jacket because it's green, but I'm going to say it's almost a slight different shade of green. Then we have this silver ring to pull out of the grenade. We have brown pocket, black button. There's some shells here across this bandolier. We have this strap across that to make it the X look on his back. Here we have some more of those shells all the way around. A nice case for his massive machete. Pretty nice green jacket. It looks like a hulking kind of presence. It's the back of his legs. It's brown pants, kind of like the jogging pant type pieces here. Brown boots. The front we do have like some pockets sculpted in. Tan feet. So we're going to take a look at the articulation of the figure. I think all you're going to get is pretty much, that's very stiff right there, side to side. There is no joint. A little up and down maybe, but it's a massive piece, so kind of expect that. Arms on a ball joint. They seem very smooth. Just popped it out. That's what it looks inside. Looks like they might have tried to have some kind of butterfly joints in there. So put that back in all the way around. So like, yeah, you don't even get so far up on these guys. I don't want to pop that out. Bicep cut. Double jointed elbows. Might need heated or something. So a deep cut there, so it's going to give you better 90 degrees once you get that other elbow to come out, I think. With this brown, like piece in here, looks like I won't say bracelet or anything, but it has like these silver spikes on them. His hands, 360 rotation, seems pretty good. You have the in and out on that hand, and on this one, same thing. The only difference is that brown piece inside his jacket don't have his silver spikes, we're going to call them. Silver spikes there, none there. Yellow shirt. So it looks like you probably could remove the straps in the jacket, but you're going to still have the green arms. I wouldn't doubt it in the future. I'll probably say Rocksteady when just in his tank top as another version. Here's a brown belt, a gunmetal belt buckle, little studs throughout. Of course, his brown pants we looked at. Pretty good. Okay, for his waist, he kind of has a swivel there, but doesn't seem to want to turn. I'll break the guy. Does have some chest movement there, a little side to side. Does have a little pot belly, so it kind of hits the pot belly. Legs, about that far. Does not want to come in a sitting position. It is not cut properly here for the get those to come up. So, gonna get like a run position. He is a hulking figure, so double jointed knees, as you can see here. For his feet, 360 all the way around. Not seeing no joint, anything there. It's just super tight. A little one, I guess. So we got this little movement here. Not too much side to side. So his articulation is 31 points, but it's not, the range is poor. But he looks good so far. So his playability is pretty much going to be just these, on foot kind of battle playability. He's not going to, he might fit in something like maybe the original Party Wagon, but he's not going to sit very well. You have to be in a kind of standing position in a vehicle. Now for his weapons, we have his very large machete here, brown handle. It's kind of nicely sculpted, it has that wood look to it. We have this silver blade with some dings in the blade. Pretty nice. I must say from the other figures, they're starting to give you more of a harder weapon, so not going to bend as easy. So that's really nice to see on the Rocksteady figure that they're improving the flexibility for their weapons. Like making them a little more sturdier than people were complaining about in the past with the turtles. Hands are very, very tight, man. I can barely get that in there. But he holds it relatively nicely. That's pretty good. He looks good. I mean, he looks good. I mean, he fits the bill. Pretty cool. I like the machete. Looks awesome. So it does have a sleeve on his back. Wow, that's really stuck in there. That's what I'm talking about. When there's hands, man, you guys, you gotta have to have a little better flexibility for the hands versus other stuff. And we're talking about two different grades of plastic that's going to be required. I should give out decent figures anymore. This is a different time. We have a lot of collectors now, and improve your playability. You gotta have some, better plastics for the hands, but not too loose. It's really snug, fits. May have some paint rubs if you do that too many times. The way that went in there, which you can see, it went in pretty decently. But, oh, there we go. See, it's really tight. But it's nice to have a place to put that machete. His other weapon is his classic gun. I think this is painted really nicely with brown, still silver studs there, silver and black scope. Is that black? It's like a very dark brown, maybe, like the handle on this piece. This is a nice sculpt here in the front. No drill barrel. Again, very stiffer plastic, which is very welcomed. But I don't know how this is going to work very well with the hands, because he's stupidly tight. Like, jeez. This might not be the best hand. He has it up to the hand, so we'll have to see. But that's how he holds it with that hand, at least. He looks good. He looks really, really good for being this type of figure, I guess. Well, unfortunately, I guess that is the hands you have to use for the closed hands. There's no trigger finger hand. He only has 3 fingers, and none of them are to put his finger in a trigger. His alternate hands are the open grabbing, choking your Ninja Turtles to death kind of hands, as you can see here. That's the only other hands for the Rhinoceros version. And then you have the 2 human hands here, which I'll get through in a second here. If I can hold on to them. I always drop these things. The pigs are very small, as you can see. That's what I was trying to hold on to, so you can get a good idea what the hands look like. For the human version, at least. And these are both gripping hands, no trigger fingers. At least they have 4 fingers. They thought about that ahead of time. Here's the head, the human head. White teeth, eyes are painted, eyebrows are yellow, big nose. There's his hairstyle shaved on the sides, ears, top of his head. Alright, so let me go ahead and swap out the pieces. We'll see what it looks like in human form. Before you do that though, let's take a decent look at the figure for you guys. I forgot to do that. I usually do that for everybody. Get a good look at the sculpt. I just poked my camera with this gun. And it's already out. But overall, for the Rocksteady part, it looks decent. There's no pickles in his feet to do any kind of stand, so it is what it is for that. But he doesn't need a stand. He stands quite well on his own. So, yeah. Okay. Let me swap that out. We'll take a look at the human side of this guy. So, for you guys that are wondering out there, first off, here's that difference between the brown pieces in their hands. I was wondering what they went with for the neck and upper chest area. They did choose to go with the human instead of the rhinoceros color body, so that's going to definitely help out for the human aspect of this figure. Okay, here he is, human form. As you can see, it is very important that they went with the flesh tones for the neck and chest area to make this work for both versions. So the rhinoceros head hides pretty much all that, so that works out great. And here's that head sculpt. There's the hands. The hands are very easy to change in and out, but this head, the rhinoceros head and the human head, is a beast to get on and off. So expect a little bit of work doing that. Pretty cool. I think it looks really nice. Articulation, very stiff, 60 all the way around. There's no joint in the neck as we've seen. It's just a ball. It just sits on and it rotates 360. For these hands, they do have the in and out like the other hands we looked at. And they work quite well. As you can see. There's that little pig popped out. Pops right back in. But I think it should have been a little bit longer in my opinion. So every now and then, you're definitely going to want to play around with him and get your known ranges for your articulation, manipulation, I guess I should say, for moving your hands so they don't keep popping out on you. Okay, the hands are very stiff, just like the others we had, as you can see, too stiff. So you guys are seeing that live, so you see what I'm going through. So in this case, since I have it off, I'm just going to try to put this gun in his hand. It fits really snugly, so I ain't going to drop it, right? Too stiff, in my opinion. That's why these people can't learn to make figures. After all these years, still same plagued issues with these figures. They go back and forth sometimes, I swear. So that's what he looks like. I want to show you what he looks like with the weapon in his hand. Looks really cool as a human. I do like it very much. So, yeah, there it is. So I hope you guys like this review. If you did, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, we'll see you in our next review.